Watching the film, chance to kind of take the emotions out of it, watch it, evaluate it today with the players, and kind of go through it. Obviously, tough one just because you felt like you had some opportunities in there to win it in all three phases, and we just didn't get it done. We didn't score enough points. Ultimately, I felt like our defense did a lot of good. Creating a turnover. They got a couple explosive plays, and that was kind of the story on that side of the football. And then offensively, I felt like there was some movement. We're moving the ball okay. The situational football, obviously, at the end of the day, the red zone, we were 0 for 3, and that's going to tell a strong story. And then we missed a couple field goals, for some points. So, growth opportunities. Nothing's easy about this. We all want the same thing. We all want to find a way to succeed here. And there's some things that feel really, really close, and we just got to get it done.
Why did the team decide to bring in Justin Tucker for a tryout?
Yeah, we're trying out a few different positions. We always go through these workouts over the course of the season, and so tomorrow we'll bring a few kickers in. We'll bring a few receivers and running backs in. Just there's different positions we're always trying to keep an eye on, and so we'll go through that process. It is a full process just to go through that, and then we'll see where everything stands after that.
In light of the Tucker's suspension and allegations of sexual misconduct, when you talk to him, is that something that you would need to talk to him about? And is there an answer that you would need to hear before they sign to him?
Well, I think that's all part of the visit and the conversations that you have to have as you go through this. Just like a lot of players, there's the field component of this thing that you get guys in here to evaluate them, but also there's you just want to get to know the people and get to know maybe a circumstance here and there. And certainly, he had a suspension in the league. He's served that suspension. Obviously, there's some information to collect. Obviously, our personnel group will do a really good job of collecting all that information, and having the conversations we have to have as we go through this. But this will be a workout, and we'll see how all that stuff takes place.
What made you feel comfortable enough, based on the information you guys have already collected, to at least bring him in for a workout?
Yeah. I think there's certainly been some early conversations, just to make sure there's an understanding of the situation. Obviously there's still further conversations to have as we go through this, and so again, it'll start with the workout, and then we'll progress from there.
Have you done kicker workouts at any point this season for this level?
I don't think so.
Like not even try out random individual one-offs or?
I don't think so. No.
And so, have you made a decision that you're going to make a switch at the position?
No. I think this is all part of going through this process. We'll bring in a couple guys and just go through a workout, and we'll see where it all takes place. Blake's a good kicker in this league. Obviously, it's unfortunate we haven't we've missed a few lately, and so he's had some really good moments. We've just missed a few, and so we'll just evaluate all of it, including as he goes through this experience, and we'll evaluate as we go in the next couple of days.
So just to clarify, you also haven't decided to give him another week for sure. You're evaluating whether.
Yeah, we're just going to evaluate this. We're bringing in some guys. It's the first time we brought in guys this year. We'll evaluate those guys. We'll evaluate it with our current roster, and we'll take it step by step.
With Justin Tucker's specific situation when it comes to larger off-field issues, sexual misconduct, things like that, those types of allegations, what do you all need to hear from him to feel that there's a certain thing you're trying to figure out there?
Yeah, I think that's going to be some personal dialogue between myself, him, Mickey. We'll have to go through that process and have those conversations. And again, we were not in Baltimore. We were not part of that process. And so it's about having those conversations as you go through this thing. And we'll keep that private as we kind of go through it.
Does the team reach out to the women involved at all? Does it go, whether they're lawyers?
There's certainly an evaluation part of it off the field, and we'll do our due diligence as we go through all that.
And just do you also touch base with Baltimore at all in terms of getting information about the decision that they made and why?
We'll collect as much information as we can. Absolutely.
Why don't you guys even consider it? Well, that's kind of the upside of finding out what he has on.
Yeah, he's been a really good kicker in this league for a really long time, and he's had a ton of success, and he's been a leader for Baltimore for a long time as their team. He's been one of their leaders for an extended period of time with a very successful team, and so obviously there's been some stuff that's been unfortunate. He's gone through an experience, and I think it's about collecting what that experience was, and we'll evaluate the football aspect of it, and we'll evaluate everything else as well.
You mentioned in the opening statement, watching the film after taking emotions out of it, what were the emotions coming out of that one, and what time of the process you see things a little differently when you go back and see them?
There's always emotions coming out of games, positively and more on the negative side, just when you don't get it done. And so you got to remove that a little bit, evaluate it one play at a time. And there's some guys that I thought that played really well on Sunday. There was ultimately we didn't do enough collectively to get it done. And so I think our guys, what's special about this group is they come in, they work really hard, they get in the weight room with Ted and get moving, and there's still smiles on their faces, even though there's some challenges with the circumstances, and they just keep battling. And so I appreciate the world out of these guys.
Kellen, as straightforward as I guess this will come off, why wasn't the offense really able to produce yesterday?
Yeah, I think ultimately we were 0 for 3 in the red zone, which is missed points in those situations. And so we had a 2-minute drive before half. We felt like we were moving it. We weren't able to get it done and get some points out of that one as well. And so, it's these small margins. I think, we moved it okay. I feel like, we really only had a couple 3-and-outs. We were moving it okay. We just weren't able to sustain it and finish those drives down there with touchdowns and get the points that we needed.
Do you have anything that you're able to share more about what you might have learned about Alvin Kamara's injury?
Yeah, ankle injury. We'll have to see how that progresses. Probably get more detail tomorrow as we kind of go through this process. But obviously an ankle injury that he's going to have to deal with, and we'll see if he's a possibility this week or not.
Is that a knee injury during the game?
He was. He just had. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. So him and he'll be out for, we'll see if he's available this week. If he's available, awesome. If he's not, Devin, I thought, did an awesome job hopping in there and competing. Yeah.
And then, why do you think he hasn't had the impact that he's had this season, like relative to kind of the season really expecting him?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positives. I think he's played really well. In some challenging situations, we haven't been able to get the run game going to the best of our ability. I think a lot of it is, the explosive plays, right? I haven't been able to generate the explosives, and so that's something that we have to continue to evaluate, continue to create as many opportunities as we can, and. I think that's been the biggest challenge for us in the run game. We can get, some 4 or 5 yard runs, but we got to get the explosives to generate big plays in this system.
And then the passing game too, because yards were captured kind of down
Yep.
from where it was. Is there anything you're seeing there with that?
Specific to
Alvin.
Oh, to Alvin.
I think that, just not having that explosiveness.
Yeah, I think it's just a combination. We got to find ways to create more explosive plays as an offense, and so. We haven't gotten it done yet, both schematically and as we do it from a detail and fundamental standpoint. And so, we just got to find them. We got to find them. We got to keep working at it. We got to keep getting better. And so, Alvin's a big part of this. He's done a nice job for us, and we just got to find our solutions.
Trying out kickers. Are you also is Charlie Smith also competing? In this
Yeah. He's definitely part of this process. He gets better each and every week. He gets to go through this journey. Obviously, it's been a fun journey for him, unique. Joining the NFL with the international program. I thought, training camp, he kicked it really well, and you could see the progress he made through preseason. And he continues to get his kicking sessions in each and every week. He gets a couple of those each week, just like the starters do, and so provides him that opportunity to continue to grow as well.
Will it just be 2 kickers tomorrow, or is there
There's a couple. Yeah, there's 2 right now, and so Charlie will continue to kick, and he's continuing to develop, and Blake will be ready to go, and we'll just let this thing kind of play itself out.
Is there a value for you just in terms of seeing Charlie again, not against, but is it compared to new kickers that you haven't seen before? Like, do you learn? Is there a possibility of learning something new about him in this process?
Yeah, we'll get to evaluate Charlie as well, and so again, we're trying to just collect some information here as we go through this process. Blake's had a lot of success in this league. We had a little bit of a tough Sunday with a couple misses. He's a good kicker. He's going to be a good kicker in this league for a long time, and we're going to bring in some guys to work out, and we'll see how it all progresses.
Did you see anything on the misses going bad?
Yeah, I think we're just it's just fundamentals and details of kicking, and so we missed a couple opportunities, unfortunately, and so we went 1 for 3, and
I know we've asked still have to take some stuff. I know hindsight's 20/20, but when we go back and watch the goal line plays, is that something where, looking back on, you might run something under center or more traditional, or you're confident in that call, regardless of the
Yeah, obviously the pass didn't work out. That's 100% on me. Going for that didn't work out, and then unfortunately in the 3rd and 1 there later in the game where the snap kind of went over and we end up with the intentional grounding. Felt like we were kind of playing 2-down football there with a chance to give Taysom a shot and then play 4th down, and so we missed our opportunity on 4th down because of the intentional grounding.
I don't know if this was clarified last time. He killed the play. Did he kill it to a run, or was it a run and he killed it to something else?
There's 2 runs, part of the play. Yeah.
So that was not intended for another passing.
No.
Can you speak to how Tipton's and Baylay's role will elevate? Or
Yeah.
might elevate, rather?
Yeah, I thought they both did some good things in this game. Tip, obviously, with the big kick return. He had the run for a 1st down, a couple pass plays in there, and so I thought Tipton did some really good things. I thought Vay has continued to progress really, really well. I thought he had some good stuff in the blocking surfaces. He caught a couple passes in the middle of the field, which was valuable. And those guys are obviously going to play a ton of snaps the rest of the way through here.
What are some of the things that you have to consider as a play caller inside the 5 when it comes to making the decision between run or pass in that situation?
Yeah. Obviously, we just got to dig into it. Traditionally, you can run the football down there, effectively. I think a lot of the top teams do. Obviously, we didn't get it done yesterday in the run game, and so we just got to continue to evaluate that and give ourselves the best situation to be successful. Didn't throw it a ton down there. Felt like we were really close to getting a touchdown. We're inches away, and we're just not able to get it done.
Are there certain things that you're looking for that make you feel more comfortable staying on the ground or going to the air in matchup phase? What are some of the factors?
Yeah, red zone's matchup football, numbers game. It's a congested area, and so naturally there are going to be a lot of bodies associated with run or pass, and so we weren't able to get it done in the run game.
When you guys have the season that you're having, how important is it to have someone like Justin Reed? You kind of always seem to have a message for guys and he's that leader.
Yeah, it's really important. It's really important to have the right kind of people along on a journey. And so we got a lot of special people here. By no means did anyone want to be in the situation that we're in. They continue to battle. They continue to stay connected. They prepare really, really well each and every week. I thought the energy of our team on Sunday was really good. I thought the Dome had a really good energy, and unfortunately we just weren't able to get it done. And so I think our guys have the right mindset. There's frustration, but there's also opportunity ahead, and that's the only thing you can control is getting better and moving forward with the next stop.
What was your evaluation of Tyler's performance in particular on tape?
Yeah, I thought Tyler did some good things. I thought the 2-minute drive, we moved it fine. Got stuck in a goofy situation towards the end, and we weren't able to get it done. We had a 3rd and 5, and we just didn't have time to execute the pass play. And then towards the tail end, we got in some obvious pass situations for challenges. But I thought in the middle there, I thought he did some good things. Used his legs a couple times. 3rd downs, we probably weren't as efficient collectively, and so we got to put ourselves also in some better 3rd down situations. Essentially, the 3rd and 7 pluses, we didn't get any of them, and their pass rush came alive in those situations.
Is the loss like yesterday more frustrating in a way than another team just going out and flat out beating you or beating the other team?
Every losses are losses. That's just what they are. You win or you lose. There's no in between. When you lose, you got to correct it. You got to get better. You got to move forward. If you win, you got to collect it. You got to see what you can improve on. You got to move forward. And so I know that's challenging for everyone, but that's just the way you got to approach each and every week. And that's the way the NFL is. That's what NFL requires of you, because come Sunday we're going to be playing a really good team in Miami who's been playing some really good football lately the last few weeks, and they're going to be ready to go. And so we got to bring our best.
Is there any consideration to just letting Charlie kick for a week and keeping light? Is that a possible?
We're going to do that workout, and we'll evaluate, and we'll see how it goes.
Is Cade York the other kicker that's working out tomorrow?
He will be here, yes.
What have you seen what stands out to you rather about Chris Olave, the way that he's kind of elevated in the wide receiver room with the recent changes?
I thought Chris did some good things in there. They had a couple really good, field one-on-one wins on some slants and some stop routes, and they had a really good route. Kind of ran a little bit of a double move in cut in the red zone at 2nd and 17. I thought he ran really, really good route. And so I thought there were some positives in there. I think Chris is obviously going to be a big factor in this thing moving forward. He's going to be a big impact. He's going to have a lot to say with our success as we continue to build this thing the right way and continue to grow, and he's going to be right there with it.
He's kind of known as a quieter guy. Do you see him becoming more vocal and stepping into the role?
I think naturally that leadership's going to continue to develop. It's a developed skill. I think Chris, the way he's practiced and the way he's worked each and every day through every single week, I think he's starting to lead by example for these younger guys. They're starting to see that. Again, he's going to be a big important factor as we grow this thing.